And now perhaps start Song of Erin as well if you want to. Okay, now this one, it's got a little bit more to it, I think, than the gavotte. So I'm just going to take one line at the time for this one. Okay, they are very similar, the first two lines, but I don't want to rush this one. Now, this time you have got a B flat in your key signature. So we need to look for a B flat. So there's one here in the third bar in the left hand on that bottom note of the chord. That's a B flat. And on the next line, it occurs again. Okay, no B flats in the right hand, not until you get further down the music. So again, I'm going to look at it hands separately. I'm going to look at the left hand first though, to start with. So starting with A, with my fifth finger, and I would get the whole of that first three notes under your hand on the keyboard, because effectively it is a chord. It's actually one of the broken chord positions, not in the key you're doing, but it's still the same pattern. Okay, so you've got A, C, and that note with the two little lines called ledger lines is F. So if you need to write F on the music, that's absolutely fine. So get the three fingers ready on that chord. Okay, it occurs on the next line down as well, and actually on the last line of the music. So getting that position is quite important. Also throw the hand forward a bit further, maybe right underneath hand forward or something, because further along the line, there's where you need to use the B flat. So you see my fourth finger is already hovering over it. Okay, so it's better not to suddenly have to shoot forward to find the B flat. Think about positioning. It's very helpful when playing the piano that you look ahead a little bit more and get a sort of lay of the land, really, of where you need to be on the keyboard. So starting with the left hand then, we've got 4 beats in a bar. This is a very slow, gentle piece of music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then I've got a minim rest, so that's 2 beats rest. Then without really moving your hand very much, pop the finger on the B flat. Your second finger should already be naturally sitting on the D. So that's your chord, which is tied. So it's 4 beats plus it's tied 1 extra count. Then a rest. Then you're playing that same middle D with the second finger, C. And then you're going back into the, I'll do the next line. You're going back into that first chord section there. 2 beat rest. And again, you're using that B flat chord. So my finger hasn't really moved away from where it needs to be. Now here's the first time you've got to jump. You've got to move your thumb to middle C and then finish on the chord at the end, which is F and A with 5 and 3. So join from that middle C onto the chord smoothly. So use the rest there, put an arrow or something. You need to really lift the hand. Don't try and tuck the thumb under or anything like that. Completely lift the hand, shift position. Okay, you've been doing fingering techniques. Sometimes we do turn thumbs under, but other times we need to completely shift the hand and not turn under. The danger is then that you might not do the rest if you do a turn under. So use the rest, completely shift. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit by lifting my hand too much, but there we go. So that's the right hand, the left hand, okay? I didn't count it, so I'll count it through this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. An extra 1. Rest. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Right hand is not too bad. It's virtually the same melody twice. There's a difference in the 2 bars in, to just watch out for that. You've got an extra note on the second line instead of a minim note. I'm pretty sure we haven't done a dotted crotchet rhythm here. That's a dotted crotchet, which is 1.5 counts, and then you've got a single quaver, which is the other half. So add them together, you've got your 2 counts in the bar there. If you want to put this counting in, it might be an idea just to write that counting in. The important thing with a dotted crotchet rhythm, and it is quite common, is that you count a beat between the two notes. You must wait for the beginning of the second count before you play the quaver. Right? They don't always come on the first count. It could come on the third count or on the second count, but there always has to be a count between the two notes, and it's judging the distance between that first and second count as well. That is the trick here with that. So I'll play it from the beginning, and we're starting on F with my thumb. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So here it comes. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2. And there's 2 beat rests. Now the second line. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Here's the dotted crotchet. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So by keeping my beat constant all through the first 2 bars, I'm looking on the second line, I make sure I keep that count 1, 2, and. So the 2 counts there where I say you have to be careful to space them correctly. Just keep counting the same count that you were doing the bar before, and keep that counting the same pace. Okay, I'll just clap that rhythm as well, so that straight on the dotted crotchet it's 1, 2, and 3, 4. Listen to it again. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So have a go, maybe just keeping that hand separately only for the moment.